Hi my sewing lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Johanna. If this is your first time clicking in, thank you so much. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Today on the channel, I'll be showing you how to draft this beautiful one shoulder top you see by the side, and the middle one is my recreation. So I'll be showing you how to draft directly on the fabric so you don't need any pattern for this. Yay! So if you want to learn how to draft and sew this beautiful top, let's get to it. So for this project, you'll be needing your tape measure, your chalk, your rulers. So I have this French curve. This is perfect for your armhole. Then your chalk, your pins, your fabric scissors, and fabric of your choice. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this Ankara print. It's so vibrant and very colorful. I love it. I love the patchwork kind of on the print. It's so nice. Because we're going to be drafting directly on our fabric, we're going to be folding our fabric in half. Then I would be drawing a line on the top which will serve as my shoulder line. Then I would mark my shoulder, but I would not mark exactly my shoulder, so I would add about 4 inches or 3 inches. So for this I marked 10.5 because we're going to add elastic. Then next I would mark my shoulder to armhole or my chest line, which is 8.5. To get your chest line, you would calculate bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, then add your shoulder slope. Then you draw that line. So that is my chest line. Next, you would determine your top length. So this was a crop top. So this crop top was 19 inches. So I marked 19 inches from my shoulder line. If you don't want it crop top, you can make it 21 inches. If you want it very croppy like the picture or on the thumbnail, you can make it 17 inches. But I think this was perfect for me. And this includes my hem allowance. Next, I would mark 10.5 inches also on the chest line. Then I'll connect that to the shoulder line. Then I'll come down from my shoulder line by 1 inch. That will serve as my shoulder slope. Then from that line I would mark my shoulder width. My shoulder width is 3.5. Next, I would mark my chest measurement, and for this I used about 40 inches. So you need to make sure you add to your bust measurement. You can add about 5 or 6. So next I will be determining my armhole. So I'm just drawing in my armhole curve like we used to do. Right, so whatever you marked on your chest line, you would also mark on your waistline or on your top length. So I marked about 12.5 inches. And I would also add seam allowance of 2 centimeters. Then I would connect that with a straight ruler. So now we have our basic bodice drawn out. And guys, this is very easy. It's a very easy top, cute summer top. You can just wear out. Easy top you can just make for yourself, you know, go for a picnic, for a bride, for barbecue, whatever. You look very nice. So I also cut out my shoulder slope. So now open my top flat, as you can see, and from that shoulder width I would mark that shoulder width. That was 3.5 inches. Then I would now draw my neckline. The neckline was like a L shape kind of. So you're gonna draw it from that shoulder width to the chest line. You can draw it more lower. It depends on how you want it. You can go lower than the chest line, depends on how comfortable you are. You can also draw it from the other side of your shoulder. It depends on how you want it. So now we have one part of our top. This is going to be our front. So you're going to cut two of this. Make sure your right side is facing the right side of your fabric. So yeah, I actually made a mistake. I made a mistake because the African print is really difficult to know the right side and the wrong side. So I placed wrong side and right side. Please don't make the same mistake I made, but I corrected it as I went on. So guys, if you make a mistake while sewing, do not give up, because even that top designer you look up to make mistakes. We are imperfect. Just keep on doing whatever you're doing and try to fix your mistakes, and one day you're gonna get it right. So I fixed it and my top looked cute at the end and I was so happy. So guys, the first thing I did was to fold my fabric in half, and I folded it about 16 inches. So you can fold it between 16 to 20 inches. It depends on how big or the volume you want your sleeve to be. Then I marked my top line. Then I'll be marking the length of my sleeve, and that would be 18 inches. And also I added my hem allowance, and that would be where I would add my elastic. So I marked that line. Then I'll be marking 4.5 inches as my cap height, sleeve cap height. So you can mark between 4 to 4.5. So 4.5 was fine by me. Perfect. Then I would be using the elbow circumference of 12 inches. So you have to add to your elbow circumference. Then I drew my sleeve edge, just as you can see in the video. Then on the hem allowance, I made my hem about 15 inches. If you look at the picture, you could see that the sleeve is more puffy at the bottom than on the top. So that is why I made the sleeve circumference, the bottom sleeve circumference, more than the elbow circumference. So I'll cut it out, and at the top I would add the seam allowance of 0.5 inches or 1.5 centimeter. So you just have to cut one sleeve. So I would gather it at the bottom and also at the top. So that is it about the pattern of this top. So it's so easy, guys. And I already cut out the right part for my top. So I cut it right side facing right side, guys, don't forget. So the first thing I did was to pin my sides, my shoulder, and the other side of 1.5 centimeter and my sleeve of 1.5 centimeter, and I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch. And also don't forget, you need elastic, the wide one and the small ones. So I stitched that, and I also overlocked all the sides and also the top, so that when I want to stitch the elastic casing, it will be easy for me. So I overlocked all the sides. I overlocked also the hem. Yes, I overlocked everywhere. Then I measured my elastic width, that is for the bottom. It was about 3 centimeters. Then I measured 3 centimeters at the bottom of my top. Then I pinned. Then for the top, I'll be using the small elastic of 1 centimeter, so I'll be folding that top part of 1 centimeter. So there you just do like a top stitching, then you leave about 2 centimeter of where you pass through your elastic. Then also for the sleeves, also the small elastic, you do a top stitching and also leave a part where you pass through your elastic. So I left some space so where I can pass through my elastic on the sleeve, and here I did a gather stitch, and here also a space I could pass through my elastic. Make sure you cut all your threads that are hanging on your top so that your top would look neat. Then for the bottom of your top, you would measure an elastic of your waist and subtract 1 or 2 inches. Also, the bottom of your hem, you would measure that and subtract 1 or 2 inches because it's an elastic, so that it can be a nice fit. So right now I would be passing my elastic through those channels for the top of my top and also the bottom of my top, and yes, and that is it, guys. So now pull that gather stitch at the top of my sleeve so that it can fit my armhole. So when you pull it, you check if it can fit your armhole so that it can be ready to stitch on your top. So now you take it to the sewing machine and stitch to your top, and guys, you are ready to go. Your top is ready. How easy, guys. If you learned something from this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. How beautiful, guys. Do you love the print? Let me know in the comment section. Have a beautiful day, and bye bye from me.